Hey there! If you like my videos, you might also like my comedy web series YouTube Blue, which debuts with its first episode on January 2nd, with weekly episodes coming every Saturday. If you want to see that, click the link in the description to go over to the YouTube Blue official YouTube channel. Now on with the video. So Wonder Woman 1984 came out on Friday, and so did its mid-credits scene. So what does this mid-credits scene mean? Well, let's find out. So first, let's talk about what happened in the mid-credits scene, and then we can talk about what it all means referentially and for the future of the DCEU. We start with a panning through a city, following a woman that kind of looks a lot like Diana Prince from behind. A woman is tending to her baby when suddenly a nearby pole falls over, about to crush the baby. Luckily, the woman, whose face we haven't seen, catches the pole with incredible strength. The baby's mother stops the woman and turns her around, revealing her face. She's not Wonder Woman, but she does introduce herself as Asteria. So within the narrative of the movie, this concludes something from earlier. In Diana's apartment, Steve discovers the golden armor that Diana would later use in battle against Cheetah and Maxwell Lord. When Steve asks about the armor, Diana explains that it belonged to Asteria, an Amazonian that stayed behind and fought against the men while the others fled to Themyscira. She was never seen again, but after the events of the first movie, Diana searched for her. She never found her, but did find her armor. So when Diana puts on the armor at the end of the movie, it represents her transformation as a character. Like Asteria, she ended up giving up a big part of herself, in Asteria's case, the Amazonians, and in Diana's case, Steve Trevor, so that others could be safe. The mid-credits scene reveals that she's still out there, waiting to eventually be found, that there's another lost Amazonian out there beyond Themyscira. So what does this mean for the greater DCEU? Well, she could potentially show up in movies like The Flash, maybe, during the time travel shenanigans, The Amazons, maybe a Justice League sequel if they decide to make one, but I think we can really safely bet that she will appear in Wonder Woman 3. So what could she do in Wonder Woman 3? Well, she will probably meet Diana and would probably act as a mentor to her, teaching her lessons and bestowing wisdom on her. Maybe that could mean that the Amazons, the movie, could see the end of Themyscira or something. Right now, there are plenty of other Amazonians that Diana could get help from in a time of crisis. The most obvious one being Hippolyta, but maybe this means that Themyscira will be gone and Diana and Asteria will be all that's left. It could be that she helps Diana get over the loss of Themyscira, or maybe, since Diana's arc in Wonder Woman 1984 was her needing to get over Steve Trevor, she can tell her about how her not aging very much affects her relationships. For example, if Wonder Woman 3 takes place in modern day, then the guy that Diana meets at the end of Wonder Woman 1984 would be really old. Maybe he dies and Asteria has to talk about how it feels for people to die around her. Something also to note is Asteria in Greek mythology. In the Greek myth, where Heracles steals Hippolyta's belt from the Amazonians in the 9th of his 12 labors, a woman named Asteria was one of the Amazonians Heracles had to fight off to get away with it. So this could mean that Asteria has a past with Hippolyta. Though, you should take that with a grain of salt, because in the original myth, Heracles killed Asteria, so if this is supposed to be that Asteria, it's a loose adaptation, and it could be that there's no relation at all, and they just looked up a list of traditional Greek names for women and thought Asteria sounded nice and used it. So what does this mean in a self-referential reason? Well, Asteria is played by Lynda Carter. For those of you who don't know, Lynda Carter played Wonder Woman in the 70s TV show. And since that was the only really mainstream appearance of Wonder Woman until the Gal Gadot version, for anyone old enough to know the show, Lynda Carter was Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman, until Gal Gadot came around. And for lots of people who grew up with the show, Lynda Carter still is Wonder Woman to them. So it's really cool not only that she made an appearance in the new movies, but she'll probably be a key character for Wonder Woman 3, and chances are we'll get an action sequence with both of them, which will be really cool. It's a really cool legacy thing. It kind of reminds me of the legacy roles they've done in the Arrowverse of people who have played main DC roles, playing mentor figures for the new version, like John Wesley Shipp, the Flash from the 90s, playing Henry Allen and later Jay Garrick in The Flash, Helen Slater, the Supergirl from the 1984 movie, playing Eliza Danvers in Supergirl, and to a slightly lesser extent, Dean Cain, the Superman of the 90s, playing Jeremiah Danvers in Supergirl. But what do you think? I thought the Lynda Carter cameo was really cool, and I'm excited to see what they do with the character in future movies. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for daily videos on the franchises you love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.